4th of July. The holiday where all of us Americans are outside wearing our American flag hats, smoking meats, drinking beer, and also drinking American whiskey. That's right. Today, we're going to do a twofer review, okay? 2 E.H. Taylor's review, right side by side, and just to showcase the awesomeness that is American whiskey. If you like American whiskey, you know these labels. This is all American right here. So, this one, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and this one, E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. This one is batch 13 of the Barrel Proof, and I don't know if this is batch, but this is the 2024 release, as well as this one. I am very excited to get in these two guys. Let's do it. E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof coming in at 63.65% alcohol, 127.3 proof. This is Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, which is usually thought to be a lower rye, around 10%. This is the 2024 release batch 13, thought to be around 6 to 8 years old. And over here, we have E.H. Taylor Straight Rye bottled in bond, at least 4 years old. This is 100 proof, 50% alcohol, and it is long considered that this mash bill is 51% rye. Okay, review time, times 2. Now, you can tell which bottle opened up before the other one, so this one's a bit lower. So, let's dive into this guy, get right into the nose, shall we? Ooh, it has been a little bit since I came into this guy, and that is one of the more fruity bourbons I've had in a bit. This is almost kind of smells weedy. A lot of red fruits, a lot of skins. Coupling in with that caramel, obviously the brown sugar. There is some really nice toasted nuts there. Really, really nice fruit influence. I really like having these red fruits kind of pepper itself in between those caramel and sweet nature that the bourbon gives you. It really gives you a really nice contrast. And I will say, this does not nose like 127 proof. It is very, very mellow and smooth right now. Also, what a gorgeous freaking color this is. And these legs are moving pretty slow. It's gonna be a nice chewy distillate. I'm hoping, at least. Kind of some orange marmalade there. Really viscous nose, really nice nose, really full nose, as it should be. It's barrel proof. Yeah, definitely enjoying that nose a lot. Honestly, right now, I'm going to give this nose a 4.5. It is a really, really nice nose. It does not bite, and you'd think it would be because it's barrel proof and it's 127, but it doesn't. It really lets you get in there, get all those nice, sweet, savory, fruity notes, and that's a really pleasant experience there. Really makes you want to drink the whiskey, and that is the main thing with the nose. It's like the first impression, like, hey, do I smell good? Yes. Okay, drink me. Let's go over to this guy. This is the rye. Now that's a rye. That's a rye. Now, generally when I get to ryes, obviously you're getting the cinnamon, you're getting those baking spices. But with this guy, I have been getting a constant like anise note, and I don't normally like that note, but when you couple it with the rest of what this whiskey gives you, it actually has this really nice character to it because of that. Normally some of the other ryes I get are just incredibly too powerful, or they're giving me a little bit more of that graham cracker savory side. I get that a little bit, but this is really, really like black licoricey anise that I'm really actually embracing here, and I don't normally do that. Obviously, it's rye. It is very, very sweet for a rye. I'm getting lots of sugar aspects in this. Kind of like burnt sugar, like you are making a simple syrup in the pan. Ooh, I like this nose, but I gotta say there is a little bit of bite on it, considering the fact that it's 50% alcohol and not 63. And, you know, you're looking at the very least 4 years old. It's probably around, again, 68. I'm getting more bite on this than I'm over here. And again, I'm not versing these things. I'm just saying that this at a lower proof point is giving me a little bit of an edge on the nose. It's not terrible by any means, but it's definitely not as well-rounded or as smells as good crafted as a distillate. So I'm gonna give the nose on this guy a 3.75. There's not a ton in it currently. I do really enjoy my rye, so I think the palate is gonna do a little better here. But so 4.5 on the nose on this guy and a 3.75 over here. And now it's time for the fun part, drinking this thing, huh? Barrel proof first, huh? Ooh. That's America right there. That is so full. That dug immediately into my tongue in the best way possible. All the flavor daggers just went bang, 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 bang. And it's very, very good. Rich, 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 full mouthfeel, chewy distillate, a lot of cherries. I'm getting a ton of fruit on here. I don't normally get this much fruit from a non-wheated mash bill, but my goodness. This has changed to cherries, strawberries, away from kind of that orchard apple that I got on the nose, but the viscosity has kept itself between the nose and the palate. Super, super good. Obviously, some sweet characteristics, vanilla, some of that creme brulee, nice desserty notes going in there. This is a very, very good bourbon. I wasn't sure how I was going to rate this when I first opened this thing, but it has really, really opened up over the course of these pours and over the course of these sips, just even right now. It is very, very solid. That finish is just all vanilla cake. It is just all around my mouth, incredibly good. Oh, let's go for one more sip here. Yes. I will say this, the best part about currently sipping this guy is because of this glass has a little bit of wider nose than my standard Glencairns. I get the nose and the palate at the same time, and I get so much more red fruit that way, and it really, really elevates this experience for me right now. Again, I'm a sucker for red fruit in my whiskeys. I don't know where it comes from, but it's just what I like. And actually that finish is coming down into some apples and a little bit of like pear skins. Not a citric apple like Granny Smith. A nice sweet apple, like maybe a Honeycrisp, a Fuji, a Gala, whatever. This is a very, very good palate. Man, why are you good when you're gonna be expensive when it comes to secondary? But we're not gonna talk about that. I think I gotta give the palate a 4.5 here too. This is a superb palate. My gosh. Yeah, I'm a little taken aback here. I was not expecting this kind of score to come from this guy, but I am glad it's shown itself this way. It is good. Let's cleanse the palate real fast. All right, rye time. Full disclosure, I do sometimes tend to enjoy ryes a little more than bourbons just because I really like that extra like oomph that they give you. So I'm hoping that this palate is a little more than what the nose was. It's a little more oily than this one is. This one's obviously much more full of a mouthfeel. This is super, super oily. And I'll say this is a more, that anise note, that black licorice note is lingering around a little more on this palate. Coupled with that oily mouthfeel, it doesn't do a ton for me just because I don't really like that note, and on the palate it's much more prominent. I know I enjoyed it more in the nose because it wasn't as prominent, but right here, it definitely was. You're getting the cinnamon, you're getting the nutmeg, you're getting some clove aspects. The caramel is definitely there. It's a smidge fruity, but it isn't giving me the fruit over here as it shouldn't. It's a rye. I will say this, I don't know if this whiskey knows what it wants to give me right now. I love the color. I do. The mouthfeel isn't quite where I want it to be. I really do enjoy a nice chewy distillate. If whiskey is going to be oily and like kind of thin, I really want more flavor out of it. There's a little bit of black pepper coming on top of that little vanilla frosting in there. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. There's a little bit of fruit in there. The black licorice anise note I'm getting is not working for this guy. If you enjoy that, this might be the rye for you. I'm a little disappointed because I enjoy ryes, and I was like, yes, give me an E.H. Taylor rye. That's got to be super good. But it's not vibing with me, but that's okay. It might vibe with you. I'm giving you my honest take. I'm not going to lie, just because it says E.H. Taylor in front, okay? Palate-wise for this guy, I'm going to give it a 3. It's just not doing it for me. What I would really want out of a rye like this is give me a little more of the harsh brown sugar. You know what I'm talking about? Those really nice, darker sweet notes with those pepper and cinnamon pops, and that's what I want. I don't want how it's giving me this weird anise flavor going on, and that lingers into the finish, which I don't enjoy. I am a little bit I'm bummed on this guy, but this guy I am not bummed about. This thing is super good. So let's talk about the finishes. I left a little bit of time between this and this. So this finish is amazing. Okay, this is a super awesome finish, and it is a very long finish. And I enjoy the finishes that are long, but also give me flavors after the fact. And this one was giving me a ton of sweet vanilla cake aspect on it, and it was a good, 10 to 20 second finish where it was definitely prominently there. So I'm just gonna give this guy a 4.5 on the finish as well, just 4.5s across the board right now. Maybe if I got a little bit extra notes on the finish, aside from like that pure vanilla, maybe it would get a 5. 4.5 still great. Now, going over here, the finish, this guy, again, the note that I got isn't my favorite. It is a long finish, and it is a prominent finish, and I think because the rye definitely helps that. I'm wondering what this would taste like if the rye mash bill was a more than 51% rye, maybe get to that like 70 or even 65% rye. I'm curious. I don't know what other, Buffalo Trace does not disclose their mash bills, really. It's all word of mouth, so we're all just guessing here. So, but I would love to know if there's another Buffalo Trace rye mash bill. If you know, comment down below. I'm very curious. So, but I'm gonna give this finish a 3 as well. That's gotta do it. Doesn't vibe with me very well, so I'm gonna give it a nice, what is that, 60%? That's okay. Okay, value time. And value time for me right now is I'm going MSRP because these are purchased in Virginia, and there are definitely around MSRP. There may be a $5 difference. So I'm gonna call both of these $85. The MSRPs for both of these are in that $70 to $80 range, and Virginia sometimes bumps up a smidge, so 85 on both. 85 on this guy is just phenomenal. Now, is the normal person in a non-controlled state gonna find it for that? Probably not. That is just an unbeatable price point and value for what I got out of this. So value on this is a 5 if it's MSRP. Obviously, we can talk about the secondary market and how 200, 300 bucks for now probably won't be worth it here, but I'm not talking about that. Right here, right now, 85 bucks in this bottle is glorious. Over here, $80, $85 for what I experienced in here isn't really worth it. I think the worth value here is just because for me, I don't vibe with the flavors, but I know that other people do like these flavors, and it is a good rye and a good presentation. So I'm not gonna kind of kick it for that just because I personally didn't vibe with the flavors. I know value-wise, this is a good value. So I'll give the value on this guy a 4, okay? So if you're out there looking, or you're in controlled state, or you're on auction sites and you see these guys for 80 bucks, pick them up. You won't be sad. I promise you won't be sad. These are good, especially these barrel proof guys. Now, real quick, I gotta remember everything I did for both of these bottles and add them up. Okay, the results are in, I think. This guy, 18.5 out of 20. Absolutely awesome score. I really enjoyed this bourbon a ton. This was great. Now this guy, I kind of forgot what I gave other scores, so I will have editing me fix on the screen if I'm wrong. I think this guy ended up with a 13.75. I wasn't vibing with this guy, which makes me sad. I like ryes a lot, and this specific rye just wasn't my jam. That is entirely okay, but I want to give honest reviews and not just pump these guys up because these have E.H. Taylor on the front. There you go. There is a American whiskey dual review right here. If you have had these, please let me know with a comment down below. Miss GC is not here. She is watching the neighbor kids down the street. I will do her part. One sec. Well, I was gonna find something to make as my fake hair, but I can't find it. So here's Miss GC and what she would do for this barrel proof. You guys ready? Here you go. No, no, yucky. That's Miss GC for the barrel proof bourbon. We're not going to do the rye because it would be the exact same thing. She would not like this at all. But there you go. I hope you guys have a great July 4th. If you're watching this, thank you for taking part of your holiday to watch this dum-dum do whiskey reviews. If you like this video, give a like. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do so. It's the best way to support me. And then you don't miss fun stuff like this every weekday. I have whiskey reviews. And then on the weekends, I game. But as always, I'll see you guys next time, and cheers.